This was my arrival in Lebanon. I can see the destruction and the end of the war, and I met so many people who lost the parents, the family. Was very shocking for me, you know, the first approach, but also I felt I was home. I don't know how to explain, but I really feel that I was in the right place in the right moment, you know, with these beautiful people that just, you know, accept me for what I was, you know. I start to perform in São Paulo in the weddings and parties and everything when I was 16. So I consider myself kind of a professional, you know, because I was earning money and working. And I used to work in a place owned by a Lebanese guy, and was a family restaurant. Was very nice, and every month he brings different singers from Lebanon, you know, to perform. And then a Lebanese singer saw me, and he's like, hey, why don't you go to work in Lebanon? The opportunity is to work in a restaurant in Africa, and they are all Lebanese, and then from there you can go to Lebanon. I work in a hotel in Ivory Coast, in the Lebanese restaurant. Was my first international job. And from there, I went to Lebanon. People told me to go to a place in Ashrafi called La Maison de l'Artiste, with a very famous impresario in that time, you know. His name is Toros, Siranosian. So he was in the history of all artists and all, you know, nightclubs. He was the number one impresario in the Middle East. And when I arrive, I say I like to see Mr. Toros. I am an artist. I am a ballet dancer from Brazil. And I like to introduce myself, show him some pictures. And that time we have book, you know, the pictures. I remember like today, Mr. Toros looked to the door and just saw me, you know, and told the secretary, oh, she looks like she's 12 years old, 13 years old, let her go. So this was like so upsetting. He didn't even want to see me. And my mom was like, oh, that's fine. It's okay. Just come back home, you know, just come back to Brazil. And one day I was there almost ready to go. I think I was booked to go after 2 days. A guy knocked to my door and he's like, hi, I'm a lambada dancer. I dance lambada with a very famous belly dancer. Her name is Dani Bustros. So I went to this place called Boulevard de la Cité in Juni, watched Dani Bustros, and for me it was like I was in a different world. I was not even anymore, you know, in something that I know, because this woman, she was gorgeous, she dances, she sings, she was everything, you know. For me, I was like, oh my God, this show is amazing. So I met the owner very briefly, And before I travel, they came and say to me, hey, there is an opportunity, there is a test. Do you want to do a test of dancing? I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course. That's what I came to do. And so that's start my story. Like I said, I believe very much that sometimes we are in the right place in the right time. And if you ask me why they choose me, between me and the other girls, they were very honest. They say, you are the one who looks Lebanese. We want a girl who looks Arabic. We want a girl who have the passion, and we want a girl that have no knowledge and the studies before, because we want to build this dancer. We want teach you everything. When I close my eyes, it's just like the sensation to be there. Every time I arrive at Boulevard de la Cité, I come from my apartment to the show, my heart was beating, so strong, because I know I'm gonna perform. It's a dream place. Unfortunately, it's closed now, but was a dream for everybody to be there. LBC have a publicity for the channel, LBC channel publicity. And I think, I don't know, 10 years before I arrived in Lebanon, they have one publicity, for the TV, for the LBC. And then after I performing in all these programs, they choose me to be the girl of LBC. So this helps me a lot in my career, and everybody sometimes recognize me in the street, say, oh, you are the girl of LBC. Yeah, I am the girl of LBC. And there was a commercial that we did for the TV. It was very funny. And there was like a guy who was walking on the beach, and then he find the bottle, and then he just, scratching the bottle, and a genius just came, the gym just came, and he tell him, bas, 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 bas. After 5 years, was maybe 95, 96, my producer, he say, look, you need to expand now. I think it's time for you to go to Egypt. I used to do quick trips to Egypt just for weddings or for birthdays. Somebody hired me just to go, like couple of days to Egypt and come back to Lebanon. Lebanon was always my base. I left Lebanon, I went to Semiramis, Intercontinental, Cairo. Again, one of the most prestigious hotel in Cairo in that time. In that time, my contract was like, I have to perform for 1 hour and 20 minutes on the stage, and I have to have minimum of 45 musicians on the stage. This was like the glamour, of the 90s, you know. In that time, you know, especially in the 90s, all the ballet dancers, all the performers, they have their own mise-en-scène, they have their own tableau. You cannot just go and dance somebody else, you know, songs or somebody else, some other belly dance music. So I have to hire a composer. In the time I work in Egypt, belly dancers, they need to dress in a certain way. If you see my old videos, I was allowed to show my belly, but sometimes if the opening of my skirt was too big, you know, there were police guys who comes to watch your show to see if you were in a decent way performing. The artist directors who used to direct me, you know, they even choose everything. Your hair must to be like this, you dress like that, you're gonna enter in this way, you're gonna move in this way, and this time you're gonna stop. So there is always an eye. I performed every day, every night. We have one day a week, was Monday, that we have off sometimes, but in Egypt was every night. And sometimes, you know, I think in the second or third year I was in Egypt, I used to work in Semiramis, Intercontinental, and Sheraton. So I work in the two hotels, so I have to rent a big bus, you know, for the musicians, because we have no time. So finish one show was 1.5 hours. We take the bus and we go to the other side of the Cairo to perform in Hilton. I remember one night I performed 7 times in Egypt. So I was so tired. I was so tired when I finished, was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I fainted. When I arrive in Egypt, we have Lucy, Mona Said, Fifi Abdo, Hendeya. We have, you know, different famous belly dancers, and each one of them is still working. Like Fifi Abdo, Mona Said is still working. Lucy works in her cabaret. Hendeya was in Hilton. Fifi Abdo was in Sheraton. Mona Said was in another Sheraton, and me, I was in Semiramis. So was almost like unbelievable in that time. I always respect the Arabic dancers. They were all my teachers, you know. I was always so, let's say, humble to them to get their opinions and what I have to do, and this is a good way, this is not a good way. The day I was performing in Semiramis, and my manager say, there is a surprise for you. Somebody came to watch you and they're gonna surprise you. And I say, please, please tell me who is not. No, 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 I'm not gonna tell you because you're gonna freak out. Just go to stage, and when you are saying, you know, hello, مساء الخير, أهلا وسهلا فيكم يا جماعة, you're gonna see her. منورين ان شاء الله هنقعد ليله حلوه وسعيده قوي. I feel like today I was performing and I looked to the stage, I looked to the public from the stage, and I just saw Soheir Zaki sitting there. She just did like this. I was like, I couldn't feel my legs, you know. Soheir Zaki was here. So when I finished performing, I came in seat with her and it was so nice. And she said, hey, you look like me. You have a dark hair and you know, you put your hair in the middle like this. This was the first thing she told me. Do you want to look like me? And I was like, if I say no, it will be rude. If I say yes, maybe she will be like, who are you? You want to look like me? But, you know, I was very honest. I say, no, I just put my hair like that, but I love you. And she was laughing with me and she say, you dance very good. I was very happy to see you. This was our first approach. Then she started to come, you know, very frequently. One day when I finished performing, she called me. She called me Kimo. Everybody in Egypt call me Kimo, you know, is the nickname for Kamilia. She's like, Kimo, تعال هنا. I'm like, oh my God. I sit with her and she's like, can I know why you singing and doing gestures all the time about the Arabic song, you know, like I'm gonna give an example. قلبي شمس الأرض وقلبي والشمس. I was all the time doing gestures about the words because in this time I was already speaking Arabic very well and I was understanding people, you know. And she's like, we are Arabic. We understand the song. You don't need translate by gestures. You know, that was so funny. My life was fantastic, you know. I never regret anything, even the hectic days, you know, working a lot, studying a lot, have to be, you know, ready every night, even if you are sad, tired, pain. And again, was a blast, you know, just a blast. I never regret anything. The weirdest bad memory was when I was in the stage and, you know, the fire alarm and the hotel will start to pop, pom, pom, pom. You have to leave the hotel. Please leave the hotel. So I didn't know if I leave the stage or if I stay in the stage. And my manager is like, continue dancing. Don't make people nervous, you know. And I was like, oh, what I do? I want to go, you know. And unfortunately, it was my car who exploded in the garage. So this was the weirdest moment ever, you know, because I didn't knew I was just performing and dancing, and then the alarm came, and I was like, "What's going on? What's happening?" They's like, "Calm down. It's just your car who explode."